Is this thing on? 1, 2. I said, is this thing on? All right. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Time to get up, get your coffee, get your tea, get your Bible. We're going to start this week out right. Listen, the Maharold Peoples Jr. It's Maharold Peoples Jr. It's Maharold Peoples Jr. Maharold Peoples Jr. It's Maharold Peoples Jr. Maharold Peoples Jr. It's Maharold Peoples Jr. Maharold Peoples Jr. We've come to inspire. Come to take you higher. Set your mind on fire. So you can call the devil a liar. It's Maharold Peoples Jr. It's Maharold Peoples Jr. It's Maharold Peoples Jr. Maharold Peoples Jr. It's Maharold Peoples Jr. It's Maharold Peoples Jr. It's Maharold Peoples Jr. Maharold Peoples Jr. That's it. All right, shake yourself off. Get ready for a fantastic week. Yeah. Make you bob your head, right? Yeah.
Good morning, Jesus. Thank you for waking me up with your touch. Lord, I love you so much. I'm going to share your love in all I say and do. My days begin with you.
A power of PMS moment. Praise, meditation, study with Lady Raine.
Good morning and welcome to Praise in the AM with Dr. Lady Raine. As you know, we all have our power of PMS moment. And so I want to start off with Isaiah 61:4, and it says, they will rebuild the ancient lands and restore the places that has been destroyed. They will renew the ruined cities that have been devastated for generations. So guys, we are going to talk about restoration today. I have a special guest on, and that is Reverend Lennox Yearwood Jr. Let's give him a round of applause. We are so excited to have you here, sir. Thank you for joining us this early morning here in Phoenix, Arizona.
Man, well, thank you for, I'm glad to be here, but thank you for that word. I love Isaiah. You said Isaiah 61, right?
Yes, 61:4.
Oh, man.
About restoration.
Yes, that's what we're about. I love that. Thank you for that.
You are so welcome. I know that you are the president and CEO of Hip Hop Caucus, which is a nationally recognized leader of intersection of culture and social justice. And through your powerful storytelling, grassroots organizing, policy advocacy, you have used the power of hip hop to mobilize communities for justice and a livable planet. And so I just love all that you're doing. I hear you got a lot of works going on in New Orleans, and I know that it has been 20 years since Hurricane Katrina. So what does this mean for you personally and for the city of New Orleans?
Well, first, let me just say this to you. I've been praying for Phoenix, Arizona, and I just want to say I know how it was hot last year. Y'all had like almost like 200 days straight of 100-degree weather. I mean, it was unbearable, and I know that had a huge impact on your seniors, on your house. So definitely, I'm praying for y'all. It's an amazing city, and I just let you know that that's a core issue here around climate change, that we need to work on that because we are the ones who are first and worst impacted. So you're right. I'm from Louisiana. You can hear a little growl in my voice a little bit, but I think that this marks the 20-year anniversary for Hurricane Katrina, I'm very blessed. Hip Hop Caucus actually turns 21 this year. When it first started, Katrina was side by side. It literally is the DNA of the organization. And from that moment, we have been fighting for the people, fighting for restoration, fighting for return, and fighting for justice. And I'm just so proud of Hip Hop Caucus team and this what they've been doing on that issue, and this connecting the dots that racial justice is social justice, and social justice is racial justice, and climate justice overlands all of those things together.
And so I love how it says that you used the voice of hip hop. So we
Yeah.
all know hip hop celebrated 50 years. They may be going on 51 now.
52,
And so
52. You know, don't. Yeah.
oh goodness. Whoa. Look. I'm a hip hop baby. I don't want to tell nobody. But we know that in the culture of hip hop, there's a power of art and storytelling.
Yeah.
And so it helps us to explain what we go through as a people and as a culture. And so you produce Weathering the Storm as part of it. So how do you use this to enhance your platform?
Well, I think for me, I'm a black man. So I know people may not really see me, but as a person of color, as a black man, using music and storytelling has always been how we've gotten to our freedom. You know, Down by the Riverside wasn't just a gospel song. It was a roadmap to freedom so that we can let other folks who are on the plantation know where to go. And that's kind of the genius. Sometimes God will use the foolish things to confound the wise. And hip hop has always been able to put lyrics and music and things in there about our strife and our storytelling that allows us to get to freedom. And so I think that Hip Hop Caucus has just done that really well. We've been able to use our cultural expression to shape our political experience. And we're still doing it now. It's more needed now than ever, as you know, to use our culture, use our storytelling, use our flavor to ensure that we still get to freedom.
Wow. So, when you talk about our culture back in the days, we had to fight to vote, right? And
Yeah.
a lot of our people now don't want to vote because they feel that it doesn't help in who is elected into office. And so I know you talk a lot about voting rights.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about what you do as far as the voting.
Well, this is a great time for folks, again, to go check out hiphopcaucus.org. It's a dope website. We just did that, so I'm so proud of it. It's brand new. Every time you get something new, you want to show it off. But definitely check out the website. But also in there, you can see our voting campaign called Respect My Vote. And really, there's ever a time when our vote needs to be respected, and our voice needs to be respected. It's now.
Yeah.
And so I believe now voting isn't it. I believe that democracy is not a spectator sport. You have to be involved in it in many ways. And so I feel that, voting is a key part, but if we're not voting, then we're not even in the game, not even in the arena. So voting is step one. And then we have to be going to what we've done, city hall meetings and going to the school board meetings and just making sure that we are involved. Because one thing that we know, either you shape policy or policy shapes you. And so this is definitely a time when we are being shaped by policy. And so we have to ensure that our voices are heard at this time.
Yeah, that is so important, especially when it comes to the judges and police officers and all the
Police themselves, like in DC. I mean, have to go with the whole police department. So I mean, it's wild now. And also, people don't give a hope. This is why faith right now is so important. This is why
yeah,
faith and culture is so important, because people can be kind of throw their hands up and give up. But we have to know that no matter who is against you, God is going to be for you. And so we have to know that even in the midst of those who are laying out plans of destruction, laying out ways to take us down, it's hurtful. Actually, this is a time when we have to make sure we gird ourselves and make sure we get out into the streets. As we say in the Hip Hop Caucus, from the streets to the streets, we gotta be out. We gotta be wherever we gotta be to fight the good fight.
and you're using the voice that reaches the people, right?
That's right.
Hip hop. You getting out to those who otherwise would not vote. They would not be in that. And so when you use this voice of hip hop and you reach the people, because our people are dying, like in police custody, jails, prisons, human rights have been taken away from us. So when you talk about that in your hip hop caucus, how do you relate that to the people about what's going on now in the prisons with the deaths, with jails, and all that's happening to our people?
Well, I was recently in Geneva. We were blessed. Hip Hop Caucus was blessed to be at the United Nations. So let that. That's again. That's why I'm so proud of Hip Hop Caucus. When I was in Geneva, the United Nations, they speak French, so it was a little hard getting around because everywhere I went, I had to get out my little translator. You know what I mean? To get from if I wanted to Starbucks, I had to get the translator out. Where I'm just trying to get down the street.
Okay.
But if the language is familiar,
Yeah.
people can respond. And
Yeah.
so with hip hop, people can respond to the language. They understand it. They feel comfortable. And so that's why we can now get into deep conversations about economic justice. We can get into back again about Katrina. This is the 20th anniversary of Katrina. People can also go to katrina20.com and get more information. But these are hard issues, mental health, justice. And so being able to communicate and using culture, it allows for us to get to the real to the crux of the issue. And so we don't need a translator. You know what I mean? And I think that's why hip hop is so important. That's why we are so important. That's why our voices are so important in these spaces as well.
Well, the owner of our station, I'm sure you heard of him, and you heard of the group, the legendary Foursome D's. They
Most definitely.
they own Praise.fm. And so I'm saying that because I find even in gospel music, the youth are connecting to the gospel through hip hop, through, singing. I remember when I was growing up, oh my goodness, we couldn't sang nothing but them hymns. I grew up in a Baptist church, and all we could do was sing them hymns. And if I dared to break out in a praise dance, once I was an angel, and they got on me. And I'm sitting there like, this is what attracts the youth. So with
Mm.
that being said, you got some events coming up. Like the first event, I'm checking out your schedule. You have the Secondline and rally on August 29th. What does this day represent, and what will this include?
Well, let me say this to everybody. One, that's the 20th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina. Please, everybody, put that in your books right now. August 29th. Also put 11/20 wherever you are. I don't give a specific standard central. 11/20. Mark that on your calendars. Put a little reminder in your phones. So we could do a moment of silence, because I think that what the reality is that day represents where we lost not just one or two, but we lost thousands of people who drowned and they died, from babies to grandmothers. And it's hard. And so we look back and remember those who were lost. So that's the first step. So August 29th is a day that we reclaim not only our dignity, but our passion to push on. So one, that's the first step. You can find out more again at katrina20.com. But the second thing, and that is that we are also fighting new battles
Yes.
in Louisiana and out in Texas and throughout the country. We know that again, this climate issue in Phoenix, other places hurts us, and so petrochemicals is really hurting us as well. So we're not just looking at this as a day. The second line is fun. We're going to march in the streets, how we do in Louisiana, but we actually going to be marching to justice, and I'm so excited about that. Those facilities. It's a place called Cancer Alley. It's an 85-mile stretch of land between Baton Rouge and New Orleans, where it has this high risk of cancer because of petrochemical facilities. We're going to be going back to shut it down. Enough is enough. Ain't no way in the world that our people should be having lumps on their breasts, lumps in their bodies, children having brain cancer because you want to create plastic. That is a non-starter. It stops now. And we believe that we can transition Cancer Alley into Solutions Alley, into Prosperity Alley. We can take out the bad and put in the good. So we're gonna keep. So we we're using August 29th as a diving board for we can begin to dive forward. And then that goes right to the election. And midterm is next year. We're going to dive off that board and we're going to vote. We're going to vote. We're going to vote. And we're going to make sure we create the change because, as it's been said, this is our time right now. And we know if God is with us, again, nothing can be against us.
Yes, yes. So I do want to reiterate the date, August 29th. You said
August 29th.
20 a.m. So that is what time are you on? Are you on Central Standard Time?
Yeah, no matter what time you are,
Okay.
wherever 11:20 hits for you,
Okay.
take that moment of silence. Now, New Orleans is central, so I think it's actually the same time as Phoenix. It may be real close. I'm not sure, but
So for
but
Phoenix, it will be 8:20. We're 2
eight,
hours behind.
yo, 2 hours behind. Okay, well, do it twice. Don't you know? We need
Do it at
we
10:20
need prayer.
and
We need prayer
11:10.
twice. Don't
There
pray
we
this
go.
one time. Pray twice.
Yes.
But I'm just saying. But make sure at 11:20. I think that if we are doing that throughout the day, and we are remembering what happened on August 29th, but even more importantly, we are pushing forward. That's the key thing. We are pushing forward in a spirit of our ancestors to create change for the next generation because we know now if we continue how we continuing, man, it will be hard for the next generation of children.
Yes, yes. And so that goes back to my Power of PMS moment, which was your favorite scripture that you said in Isaiah. And it talks about restoration and it talks about how we as a people, the lands was ruined, but now we're restoring. Katrina, 20 years, there's been restoration. And so this is all part of the 20th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina. And I just have some closing thoughts for you. I want to ask you as we close out. First of all, you said Isaiah was your favorite. That was
Oh
one of your
man.
scriptures.
Isaiah, and also, I love everything, but Isaiah and definitely Jeremiah. I'm a Jeremiah, Jeremiah, and obviously, I think, but you can't Isaiah 61. You rise up with wings like eagles. You know what I'm saying? Come on, don't go get me started now. It's early in the morning. Don't get me started now.
You said anytime, but you just said anytime. It don't mean
It don't matter.
today we got
Like
to
I
get
said, it don't matter. It don't matter.
because we're the craziest station
Come
in
on, come on.
it's
Listen, and that's what's going to be
11:00
our victory. Listen, it is also in our joy, in
Yes,
our love, in our faith that has always
yes,
carried us to victory. So we ain't. That's the key element to all of this.
yes, yes. So, for people watching who may feel disconnected from this anniversary or unsure of how to support, what is your message for them?
Well, they can do a quick learn. Obviously, Ryan Coogler has a new documentary on Katrina. You can go find that. Just Google that. That's one. I think Spike Lee has one coming out.
Hmm.
Our Hip Hop Caucus. We have a lot of great documentaries that we have done. Hip Hop Caucus. So you can get connected quickly if you feel disconnected. But the most important thing is that with climate change and the climate crisis, we are all this. We only have one planet, and God wants to take care of this planet. And so the issues of this is that what happened in Katrina don't need to stop in New Orleans. That we can all come together, take on issues, the defeating petrochemicals, and we can ensure that we stop this climate crisis and ensure that the next generation of babies. Imagine this: babies being born today uh, will have a good chance of being 75 by 2100. We got babies being born. We're going to see 2100. Come on now. And so they deserve, when they hit 2101 or 2102, they deserve a planet and a place where they can still live. And we can do that right now.
Wow, wow. So before we close out the show, let our listeners know how they could stay connected to you and the great things that you have coming up.
Yeah, Hip Hop Caucus, everything. Go to Instagram, our social media, the website, Hip Hop Caucus. You can find me and find the team, hiphopcaucus.org. And I would love we would love as a team to be in contact with them. And I just want to tell you, thank you for your light and just for your gift. And we're gonna need all of that pushing forward in the next few years.
Thank you. Well, guys, this is Dr. Lady Raine from the craziest station in the nation. Y'all know we are Stella nominated station praise.fm. And I would like to thank our guest, Reverend Lennox Yearwood, for joining us today, spending a little moment with us, letting his light shine on praise.fm. Look, we was about to get crazy, so that's
Come
what
on, come
we
on.
is. You have a great day.
You too. God bless.
God bless.